All right, what's up, everybody? May 18th, back from vacation. What's up, everyone? Just got back last night. Funny taxi story. I'll probably get into that when I do a recap video of a series I shot on the islands. Got a rep for that. I actually got that last time I was out there, but that's our mojo for the day. 2019, I believe it was, when I went out there. Last off to double check. They were playing a football game, particular evening against San Jose State. Late fourth quarter touchdown to win the game and a defensive stop at the end. So we got 20 cards. Going to get into those in a second. Couple housekeeping items real quick. I ordered a bunch of 2022 Bowman First lots. Won these at auction actually a few days before the trip ended. Got the box in today. Medium priority mailbox. Of course, the seller felt entitled to charge me $25 for that. It is what it is. When you pay $25 for shipping, you expect some good stuff, right? You're like, oh man, they're going to take great care of my cards. I opened this bitch up today and look at that. They're just randomly thrown in team bags, not sleeved at all. So these are 20 each. I think I had one about 29 different players. Most were hitters. I think I might have had only one or two pitchers in there, randomly thrown in. Couldn't even sleeve them up. $25 for shipping and handling. That's what that'll get you. Like I said, total amateur. Just got that today. I haven't had a chance to look over the cards. I'll look over the cards. They may be fine, but it's still, you guys know how it is as sellers or even on the buyer side, that it's about presentation. And when you get something like that in the mail, and people aren't going to want to buy from you again, or you yourself, right? When you get something that looks like that, even if the card quality turns out good, you're still kind of hesitant because you don't know what can happen in the future. Sleeve it up. How hard is it? I know those aren't super high-end cards, but for those 29 lots, after shipping, I paid $152. So you'd like to think you can get a little aloha for that amount. Penny sleeves. I mean, we're not asking too much here. 29 lots. It was 580 cards. That shouldn't take you more than, we say, 30 minutes or so to sleeve up. Next thing, my boy Cross Shadow in our Discord. I was sitting in on one of his breaks a while back, and he was busting a bunch of Mosaic at the time. He threw a couple cards my way. So we're using these for Video Mojo as well. Akers, Bolitnikov. These ones he just kind of threw in for kicks because we were joking about them during the live break. But this card was the one because he offered a couple of us who were watching his stream throughout the hours he was doing it, was if we wanted anything, just to let him know. Obviously, we're not going to ask for high-end stuff. I mean, come on, who's like that? But my favorite player from back in the day, like I've said before, is Barry Sanders. Love that card, gold. And what I was telling him was, in all of my breaks of opening Mosaic football, I haven't pulled a single Barry Sanders color like that. Not a single one. On to the main event. 20 cards. Arrived at PSA on 3/31. They've actually got the date written here on 3/28. That's the date I shipped it. Went into grading on 4/12. Ass on 4/28. QA 1 and 2, you see, same day on May 2nd. Popped email on the 4th, and it shipped that day as well. Lazy Mailman I have written here on 5/5. My Hawaii vacation, we were flying out on 5/6 early morning. So it just so happened that the timing really worked out well where it was supposed to be here on the 5th, the day before we left. And I was going to shoot the video that night, but I was actually shooting the Topps recap video. And I had the window open, the door was open, the missus was out there. Mailman claimed that he came up, knocked on the door, and this happened at the time I was shooting the video. Claimed he came, knocked on the door, and nobody was there to get the package. It had to be signed for, of course. So he slips a slip in the mailbox. Obviously ended up not being able to shoot the video that night, didn't know the grades. Still haven't checked the grades. Pretty sure that the grades right now inside of here are the same as they were when this was left at the post office after he failed to deliver it on the 5th. My theory, I'm not going to hate on the guy, I mean, it's 30 steps that he would have to walk up 2 flights of stairs. My theory is he was just lazy, didn't want to walk up the stairs. These are in hand now on the 18th. Let's get rolling. All the cards are there. Everything's graded. Always a great first step. Let me show you real quick what I got in here and some of the grade predictions here. Let's step back a little bit on this. This was for the most part those Donruss press proof gold sets that Target sold. They were $99.99 at the time they sold those. I ended up scooping up 13 or 14 of these sets. I can't recall. It was some time ago. But what I decided to do was, and I talked about this a little bit when I posted the prediction preview video, was I decided to take the top players, see if I could find a couple cards of each where I thought they would 10. So we went with Zach Wilson, had 2 of those. Justin Fields, 2 of those. Trey Lance, a couple. Trevor Lawrence got 2. Davis Mills, 2. Mac Jones, 2. And then 3 Jamar Chases. And when I talk about top players, I mean the rookies, obviously. Out of these, I thought 13 of the 15 were pretty safe 10s. You know how that goes, though. So I don't expect all gems on those. Mostly 10s. There might be a couple 9s in there. And then these last 5, I thought that 2 of those would probably gem. So overall, if I can get into the 75% range, which was a previous video of mine where I had that high gem rate, somewhere in that range, 70, 75%, I'd be happy with that. I don't expect all gems, but had that Mosaic Genesis Mahomes that I pulled. I thought that might be a 9. Thought I saw a slight print line in there. A Herbert Blue die cut Prism rookie. The Burrow Silver Prism that I thought would be 10s. A Lawrence Orange Reactive. I can't recall for sure what my prediction was, but I thought I had a 9 on that one. And then it clearly Donruss. Anthony Edwards Purple. I thought it was super clean. But I've submitted 5 clearly Donruss cards, clean as fuck. And I've only had 1 10, so we're going to go ahead and estimate that that one is a 9. So I'll start with cards that I think might 9, kind of those cards at the bottom of the order there. So it goes this way. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to sort these. And I talked about this in the video, was I put these in order of guys that I thought kind of like how they would perform in 2022, team and individual based. I had Wilson as kind of the worst, kind of what I thought, but that was before the draft and free agency and everything. So obviously we're going to bump him up above Justin Fields because they did that man no justice at all this offseason. When we get to those, I'll show you the Fields first, and then we'll roll into the other ones. But let me organize these real quick, and then we'll come back. You tell me they're out of order. There's a Fields, there's a Chase, then there's a Mahomes. All right, here we go. Got everything done. Remember, 15 out of 20 is what we're hoping for. 14, 13, somewhere in that range. Might start off a little slow. We've got the Anthony Edwards. I was calling for a 9 on this one. 9? They don't do 10s on these. That's just my opinion. I think they grade those like a normal paper card, that there's no allowance given for even the tiniest spot here and there, because I'm just sending the cleanest of the cleanest. The Trevor Lawrence Reactive Orange. Had a 9 I was calling on this one. A 9. And this was a better copy of the 2. I had one that was a bit more off-centered. All right, the Mahomes Genesis. Calling for possibly a 9 on this one. Hopefully a 10. 10. Nice. Damn, that makes me happy. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, let's go ahead and set him over here. Set this one down here for now because this front row is going to be reserved for the ones that I think are the best of the best, and I think that's going to be one of them, in my opinion. All right, Fields had 2 of these I thought would be 10s. There's a 10. 10. And I'm only going to put 1 copy up there if we get multiple 10s of a guy. I know a lot of guys are down on Trey Lance. I was kind of down on him at the draft. I'm not really sure about him as a player, but what I've always talked about is kind of like the, I don't know, not so much like the Mac Jones situation. The physical tools are different. This is different too, most likely. We'll see. But his system is already in place for him to win. Strong defense, strong offense, good skill position players, if they're able to keep Debo happy, obviously. So that's kind of like a situation where it's more like he doesn't have to throw for 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. He just has to not fuck it up. So we'll see. Stick with Jimmy Garoppolo for another year if it were me. A 9. All right, Trey Lance, one more time. Come on, give me a 10. There we go. Remember, I was predicting 5 9s total. 2 9s out of the gold cards. So we're all right so far. Zach Wilson, 10. Another Zach Wilson. 10. Trevor Lawrence. They did a lot for him in the offseason. As I've talked about in the Discord, parting ways with Urban Meyer was the main thing. They did great in free agency. The draft, not really going to speak on that too much, but they should have a healthy Robinson and also Travis Etienne coming off his injury. Remember, he missed the whole year. So we're hoping for a couple 10s on these. 10. One more time. 9. Ooh, did think that I had one of the Lawrences possibly as a 9 and maybe one of the Mac Joneses. So that Trey Lance was a little bit of a surprise. So we've got 2 9s already on the gold. So I don't know if we're going to hit our number. 10 on the Davis Mills. 10 on the second Davis Mills. All right, 2 Mac Joneses here. 9. All right, so we've already got 5 9s, so we're going to have to run the table to hit that 75%. 10. But that goes to what I was saying, was I thought one of the Jones might have been a 9. I sent the best of what I had. Okay, Jamar. 10. Okay, the back row's full, so now we can go ahead and slide that Genesis into the front row. Another 10, Jamar. Another 10, Jamar. So that's 3 for 3 on the 10s with Jamar. All right. If we get 2 for 2 here, then we'd be right on our number of 75%. Damn. A 9. Definitely can't put that one in the front row. And another 9. Okay, so we came up a bit short. Was hoping to have a couple 10s to put here on the front burner, but we can't put 9s on the front. 9s just cannot go in the front no matter what. So we're going to just have to add a couple more of these 10s to the front row here. All right, so all in all, 65%, not too shabby. I'm going to have to go back and look at my prediction video. I didn't watch it again before I did this. I don't know if I was calling these as 10s. Actually, when I think about it, I think I might have been calling this one as a possible 9 because of this. You can see it here. It's a little bit of a, it looks like a dimple, like you can see there. But if you rub your finger over it, a lot of you have probably noticed the same thing with these select cards, was it looks like an indentation or something, but if you rubbed your finger over the card, you don't feel anything. It's just kind of like a, I don't know, call it a printing imperfection. But when you see something like that, right, you would expect it to, like you'd expect to be able to run your finger across it and feel like a difference in topography. So I guess we should have called that one a 9, but I'm pretty sure that I thought that this one should have been a 10, or my prediction was a 10. But regardless, came up a little bit short. It would have been nice to see that Herbert come as a 10, but I think overall we did pretty good. I guess the only real surprises would be that Herbert and then getting 3 9s on the golds instead of the 2, which I had projected. So not that far off. I think if you can be within a card or 2 of your projections, if you're projecting 14 or 15 out of 20 gems and you come up with 13, something like that, then I think that you would take that, right? Because you just don't know how they're going to see the subjectivity of it all. So pretty good order. Not as many bangers as the other order in terms of how they were on the front end. A couple more 10s maybe would have kind of evened things out, but still overall I think this is a pretty good order. I'm pretty happy with it. Definitely liking this 10. I think that is probably my best or favorite card out of the submission, and if this one would have been 10, that would have been right there with it. So we'll take it. Take care. And yeah, all that time spent in Hawaii, didn't really get too much color. A lot of overcast during the time I was there, especially on the Big Island. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Take care, and hopefully you all are doing well.